Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Hustle Podcast. I'm Alex, your host for today.
And I'm Maria. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited to have you here for another fun and simple English conversation.
In this podcast, we talk about interesting topics in a way that's easy to understand, so you can improve your English while learning something new.
Today we're talking about village life. Have you ever wondered what it's like to live in a quiet, beautiful village surrounded by nature?
Village life is so different from city life. It's peaceful, simple, and full of unique traditions. People live closer to nature and have strong connections with their neighbors.
That's right. In this episode, we'll share stories, talk about the daily life in villages, and explore the challenges and lessons that come with living in a village.
Our goal for this episode is to help you learn English through simple, clear conversations. At the same time, we want to take you on a journey to discover the charm of village life.
We'll also share personal stories and experiences that show why village life is so special.
So, whether you're learning English or just curious about life in a village, stay with us. We promise it will be a fun and relaxing discussion. So, Maria, let's start by talking about what village life really is. How would you describe it?
Village life is all about simplicity and peace. It's living in small communities surrounded by nature where everyone knows each other.
That's right. There's a slower pace of life in villages compared to cities. People live close to nature with fresh air, green fields, and beautiful landscapes.
It's very different from city life. In cities, everything is fast-paced, lots of traffic, tall buildings, and noise everywhere. But in villages, life is calm and quiet.
Yes, and people in villages usually focus on their basic needs, like growing their own food or taking care of animals. It's a lifestyle where you learn to appreciate simple things.
Exactly. While city life is full of modern conveniences, village life offers a kind of peace that's hard to find anywhere else. Now let's talk about what daily life in a village looks like. Farming is one of the most common activities. Villagers grow crops like rice, wheat, or vegetables, depending on the region.
Yes, and many families also take care of animals like cows, goats, or chickens. It's not just work, it's their way of life.
You'll also see small local markets where villagers sell fresh fruits, vegetables, and handmade goods. It's amazing how everyone works together to keep the community going.
Another important part of village life is the strong sense of community. People know their neighbors, help each other, and celebrate life's moments together.
That's right. If someone is sick or needs help with their farm, the whole village comes together. It's like one big family.
It's very different from city life, where people often don't even know their neighbors.
And let's not forget about traditions and festivals. Villages are full of cultural celebrations, weddings, harvest festivals, and religious events.
Yes, these festivals bring the community together. People wear traditional clothes, cook special meals, and enjoy music and dancing.
It's a beautiful way of life, full of colors and joy. Even though it's simple, village life has its own charm that makes it special.
Let me tell you about a memorable trip I had to a village when I was younger. It was my first time visiting my uncle's farm in a small village. Everything was so different from the city life I was used to.
That sounds exciting, Alex. What stood out to you the most?
Oh, so many things. The first morning, I woke up to the sound of roosters instead of my alarm clock. I remember looking out the window and seeing green fields and cows grazing. It was like a picture from a storybook.
That sounds peaceful. Did you try farming or taking care of animals?
Yes, my uncle let me milk a cow, and let me tell you, it's not as easy as it looks. The cow didn't seem to like me very much, and I ended up spilling milk all over myself.
Oh no! That must have been funny for everyone else.
It was. They couldn't stop laughing, but it taught me how much hard work goes into farming. Later, we had dinner outside under the stars with fresh food cooked by my aunt. It was one of the most peaceful and happiest days of my life.
That sounds like such a wonderful experience, Alex. It's amazing how different life feels in a village. For me, village life is very personal because I grew up in a small village. Even though I live in the city now, I often think about those days and how they shaped who I am.
That's beautiful, Maria. What was it like growing up in a village?
It was simple but full of joy. I remember helping my grandmother in her garden. She would teach me how to plant vegetables, and we'd spend hours talking. It's where I learned the value of patience and hard work.
That sounds so meaningful. Were there any traditions or festivals that you loved?
Oh, yes. During the harvest festival, the whole village would come together. There would be music, dancing, and delicious food. I especially loved decorating the house with flowers and making sweets with my mum.
That sounds amazing. How do you think growing up in a village influenced you?
It taught me the importance of community and gratitude. Even though we didn't have many modern conveniences, we were happy because we had each other. I think that's something I try to carry with me, even in the busy city life.
That's such a powerful lesson, Maria. Village life really does show us how to find happiness in the simple things. While village life is beautiful, it's not without its challenges. Let's talk about some of the common difficulties people face.
Yes, one of the biggest challenges is the lack of modern facilities. For example, healthcare in villages is often limited. If someone gets seriously ill, they have to travel to the nearest city for proper treatment.
That's a major issue, especially in emergencies. Another challenge is access to quality education. Many villages don't have good schools, and students often need to travel long distances for higher studies.
Exactly. And then there's the internet, or the lack of it. In today's world, internet access is so important, but many villages still have poor or no connectivity. It makes it hard for people to stay updated or work online.
Another challenge is limited career opportunities. In villages, most people work in farming or small local businesses. If someone wants to pursue a different career, they often have to move to the city.
That's true. And adjusting to the slower pace of life can also be difficult, especially for people who are used to the fast-paced city lifestyle. It requires a lot of patience and adaptation.
These challenges show that while village life is peaceful, it also comes with its own set of difficulties that require creative solutions.
Now let's talk about what we can learn from village life. One of the most important lessons is the value of nature and sustainability.
Absolutely. Villagers live close to nature, and they know how to use natural resources wisely. They grow their own food, save water, and rely on traditional methods that are often eco-friendly.
It's inspiring how they manage to live sustainably without wasting resources. Another lesson is the importance of strong community values. In villages, people work together, support each other, and celebrate life as a team.
That's something we can all learn from. In cities, we often focus too much on individual success, but in villages, the focus is on teamwork and helping others.
And then there's the lesson of finding happiness in simplicity. In villages, people don't need fancy gadgets or big malls to be happy. They find joy in small things, like spending time with family or enjoying the beauty of nature.
That's such a powerful reminder, Maria. Sometimes we get so caught up in wanting more that we forget to appreciate what we already have.
Exactly. Village life teaches us to slow down, live in the moment, and find happiness in the things that truly matter.
One of the best things about village life is the peace and quiet. But for someone coming from the city, it might feel too slow or even boring at first. So, how can you enjoy it?
That's a great point, Alex. The key is to embrace the slower pace. Use the quiet time to relax, reflect, and connect with yourself. Go for morning walks, listen to the sounds of nature, or even read a good book outside.
Yes, and try to explore the surroundings. Villages are often surrounded by natural beauty, rivers, mountains, or fields. Spending time in these places can be very refreshing.
Another tip is to take up a hobby. For example, gardening, painting, or even learning how to cook traditional dishes from the villagers. These activities help you enjoy the simplicity of life there. One of the most rewarding parts of village life is the strong sense of community. To truly enjoy it, you need to connect with the people around you.
That's right, Maria. Start by introducing yourself to your neighbors. Villagers are usually very friendly and welcoming, so don't hesitate to start a conversation.
Joining community activities is another great way. Villages often have gatherings, festivals, or group work projects. Participating in these events helps you build relationships and feel like part of the community.
And don't forget to lend a helping hand. Whether it's helping with farming, preparing for a festival, or just listening to someone's story, small acts of kindness can go a long way in forming connections.
Exactly. Building trust and respect with the community will make your experience in the village much more meaningful and enjoyable.
Now, what about balancing modern needs with the traditional lifestyle of a village? For many people, this can be challenging.
True. The first step is to prioritize. Decide which modern conveniences are truly necessary for you. For example, if internet access is important for work or staying connected, find ways to set it up, like using mobile hotspots.
Good point. At the same time, try to adapt to traditional living where you can. For example, learn how to cook with fresh local ingredients or use eco-friendly methods for everyday tasks.
Another tip is to bring small tools or gadgets that make your life easier, but don't disrupt the village's simplicity. For example, a solar-powered charger or a lightweight laptop.
That's a smart way to balance the two worlds. Also, remember to respect the traditions and way of life in the village. Even if you bring modern conveniences, it's important to stay humble and appreciate the culture around you.
Absolutely. By blending the best of both worlds, you can enjoy the richness of village life while staying connected to your modern needs.
We've covered a lot about village life in this episode. Let's quickly recap what we've discussed.
We started by talking about what village life is all about. Its simplicity, peace, and connection to nature. We also discussed how it's different from city life.
Then, we explored daily life in a village. Common activities like farming, taking care of animals, and enjoying strong community bonds. We also talked about the traditions and festivals that make village life so vibrant.
We shared some personal stories too. I talked about growing up in a village and how it shaped my values, and Alex shared his funny experience of milking a cow.
We also looked at the challenges of village life, like the lack of modern facilities and limited career opportunities. But we highlighted the valuable lessons it teaches us, like sustainability, teamwork, and finding happiness in simplicity.
Finally, we shared tips for embracing village life, how to enjoy the peace, connect with the community, and balance modern needs with traditional living.
Now, it's your turn. We'd love to hear about your experiences with village life. Have you ever visited or lived in a village? What did you enjoy the most? Or what challenges did you face?
Share your stories with us. You can send us a message or leave a comment on our social media. We'd love to feature some of your experiences in a future episode.
Your stories not only inspire us, but also help others learn about different perspectives and cultures.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new about village life.
It's always a pleasure to share these moments with you. Remember, whether you're in a busy city or a peaceful village, there's beauty in every kind of life.
Until next time, take care and keep hustling in English.
Before we go, don't forget to subscribe. The English Hustle Podcast, so you never miss an episode.
You can find us on your favorite podcast platform. If you liked today's episode, please leave us a review and share it with your friends.
Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye and have a great day.